Hey everybody, it's Scott Klein, Dealer Profit Academy. Hey look, one of my favorite quotes of all time is from Henry Ford. He said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, either way, you're right. I've always loved that quote because you can apply it to just about anything in life. And you can certainly apply it to your business. And here's what I mean by that. Let's take selling. You can apply it in the selling space, right? And you can definitely apply it to selling extended service agreements. Here is exactly what I mean, because I used to deal with this myself all the time. So let's say you're getting ready to walk in on your next customer, or they're getting ready to walk into your office, right? If you're thinking, these guys, they're not buying from me, or I don't think I can sell these people, right? Look, you might even be thinking, well, they're probably happy with what they got. Hey, guess what? You're probably right. And I say that not because they couldn't become your customer, but because your attitude changes, your energy changes, your confidence changes. You rush through the presentation. You're trying to get to the end of it because you're already convinced that they're not buying, right? You don't ask as many questions as you should. In other words, you are shortcutting your presentation. You don't stay in the fight as long. You don't follow up as aggressively. In other words, you've already decided the outcome before they ever had a chance to. So let's flip it around. What if you walked in believing, or what if these people walked into your office believing, hey, these guys could absolutely turn in to one of my best customers? So the question is that a guarantee that they will? And you know the answer, right? Of course, there's no guarantees, right? But it changes everything, because it changes everything between these two things right here, between your ears, right? So what happens? When you believe it's possible, you start asking better questions. You listen more. You stay more engaged in the conversation, and you're more likely to overcome any objections that they might be throwing your way. You follow up. Your confidence goes up, and you know what? People, they can feel your confidence. They can feel your energy. They can feel your conviction. I've always said the person that's most convinced is the one that's selling. The exact same thing happens also in the finance office. I used to hear finance managers say all the time, my customers, they don't buy service contracts. They never have, and they probably never will, right? And really the bottom line is you've convinced yourself that they won't buy. I mean, do you believe they won't buy, so you just don't present it? Is that the way it works? Maybe you just rush through it. Maybe you soften your presentation. Maybe you apologize for the price before you even show it. I've done that before. Maybe you skip presenting it altogether because, again, you've already decided that they're not going to buy, that they can't afford it, that the payment will be too much, and they're just going to shoot you down, right? So why even go down that road? Why even present it, right? Hey, the customer didn't say no. You said no. And again, you've heard this quote before too by the great one, Wayne Gretzky, which is another one of my favorites. And he said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Hey, the same principle applies here. Every customer that you don't present to is a guaranteed missed opportunity. Every customer that you prejudge is guaranteed to be a missed opportunity. And let's face it, we've all done it. I've done it. And you just need to be aware of it so you don't keep doing it. Because every dealership you decide won't buy your product or service is also a guaranteed missed opportunity. So the bottom line is, will every customer, will every dealership, will they say no or will they say yes? Of course they won't, right? Will every dealer switch warranty companies if you're out there selling warranties? No, they won't. But you'll never know if you never give them the opportunity to make the decision for themselves. Because let's face it, until you get to the point where you offer something up to somebody, Let them make the decision. Don't make it for them before you even present. So here's my challenge for you this week. Stop deciding for your customers. Plain and simple. Don't decide for them. Let them be the decision maker. Stop deciding for your prospects. Again, let them be the decision maker. Present every qualified customer. I'm going to say present every customer anyway. It's just practice if nothing else. Visit every dealership with confidence if you're out there knocking on doors. Let them tell you no, because the more often than you think, guess what? They won't. Hey, I'm Scott Klein with Dealer Profit Academy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Stay good.